Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video is a little 6x8" portrait of Amanda, who's a model I've worked with a bunch of times before, and we were finally able to do a new photo shoot together. So I got a whole set of photos that I'm really excited to paint, so I thought I'd start off with a little one just to get my feet wet on the new images. I actually started one of her in a green dress before this that I scraped out because I just wasn't feeling it. So that's why you have this crazy green color in the background. Not normally a color I would use as a base for a portrait, but sometimes it's fun to have some weird colors and just experiment like that. So I started off this one pretty messy. I was just eager to lay some paint down, so it has sort of it's maybe not the way I would normally start, being this thick this early, but the advantage to that is I'm just laying on a lot of paint and I can get a lot of interesting textures that I'll refine later on in the painting. So right now it's very undetailed and sort of confusing looking, but I'm mostly focusing on the different colors and trying to have just a lot of vibrant colors right now as the base that then I'll build on top of. And when you have a really light face with like a bunch of light on it like she has in this one, having those little bits of vibrant colors popping through as I build up the lights will add more. It basically adds more life to the painting. It almost makes it look more realistic in a way because we have so many different colors in our skin. So having those little bits popping through will look nice later on. But right now it just looks like a mess. So sort of scraping out the background to free up the edges because I'm not exactly sure where I want my edges to be. And then I'm going to like carve in more specific edges for like the jawline and the nose and things like that. Really trying to use color to model the form and give volume. So as I build up the layers, it'll just have a nice three-dimensional look, and I have to rely on that a little more than I normally would because there's so few shadows on her face, so you can't really use the shadows as easily to model the form. So again, like my other paintings, just trying to have sort of that sculptural look where I'm really using texture as well as value and color to show form. You can see here I'm starting to define the shapes of the mouth and the jaw and a little bit on the nose. I really want to always have my paintings look like the person I'm painting, even if it's just a fine art piece that's going to be in a gallery and no one's ever going to know that it actually looks like the person. I still get a lot of satisfaction out of making it look like the person I'm painting. And I think that naturally just gives it more character when it looks like a real person rather than an idealized form of like what a woman would look like. So yeah, it's just a very slow process on this one, just slowly refining the details and making it like slightly more accurate as I go along. Just blocking in the shapes of the ear, trying to just get the basics down, not worrying about detail right now. Now that I have the shapes like the way I want them and I can see sort of her face starting to appear, I'm going back in with highlights with really thick paint and a little bit more color on the cheek And at this stage, I'm really thinking about laying on the thicker areas with some movement and like how I want it to actually look in the end, because I know I'm getting closer to like the strokes that'll actually show up in the end of the painting rather than the beginning where I was just sort of slapping on paint. Okay, so now I'm starting to get the eye in and sort of paint the shadows of the eyelashes. Just doing a lot of measuring, just making sure it's all how I want it to be. And trying to focus on really getting that emotion that I feel like it's coming through in her expression. I don't think I recorded it, but I also was like refining the mouth and getting the shapes of the lip just right, and that shadow underneath her lips on the jaw or on the chin. All of those little details are important. I hope this was helpful for you guys to see how you can sort of start off sort of sloppy, but there's still a lot of opportunity to hone things in and really give it a more detailed look even when you have those thick textures. So yeah, just doing some finishing touches there. I think after I was done filming, I finished the ear and stuff, so I'll show you a photo of what it looked like at the end. But I have a close-up in a second of the video, just showing the textures really close up so you guys can get a sense for the like finish on the texture and the colors coming through. You see those greens coming through, I like that, and yeah, I'm happy with how this one turned out. So yeah, just a little 6x8" portrait. Fun start for a new series, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Look forward to doing more soon, and thanks so much for the support. I'll see you next time. Bye.